Hi everyone, welcome to Chess Nomad. My name is Louis. Today we're going to do something different. We're going to play survival mode. So let's see how far we can go. Let's see if I can beat my own record. So here we have a mate in 1. So block to move. So that's mate. Okay, next one. Block to move. So what do we do here? So if we move rook to e3 is checkmate. So rook to e3, checkmate. Okay, so this is a back rank check. So this is check and this is mate. So here, what do we have to do here? So here, I'm in check. So the only option I have is either to move out of the way, then I lose my rook. So the best way is just to capture. Captures, and now we capture. We have to capture. So now I feel like we should capture. Yep. All right, so it's white to move, and the king is here. This piece is unprotected, and if we go here, it's checkmate. So checkmate. All right, now this is a back rank checkmate, almost. So this is check and check, and now we have queen to f3 with checkmate. All right, so what's going on here? We can't take. So we have queen, yeah, queen to e6 with check. Even if he brings the knight, then we have checkmate. So no, we can't do that because the queen protects that. Okay, no, we have this move. We have that, checkmate. Sometimes the obvious is right in front of you. All right, so we're doing pretty good here. I haven't lost one yet. See if I can beat my record. So what we got going on here? So I got okay, so I am threatening checkmate right here. So this is check, and now I sacrifice my queen. Sacrifice queen, check, and checkmate. I don't want to have a mouse slip. Sometimes I'm using a keypad on a computer. I'm not using an actual mouse. And sometimes I try to go all the way to the, like in this case, all the way up, and I've reached the end of the tracking pad, and then I have to go with my fingers so I don't let go of the piece. So it's a little bit tricky. So over here, we can just fork. We can fork, but we have this checkmate. So the temptation is to fork the king and the queen, but we have this checkmate right here. So that's what needed to happen. Check. So what's going on here? We can just we can trade queens. So let's see. Let me think about this for a second. So if I take, actually if I take the queen, if I take queen and he takes my queen, then I take his rook. So, but then he's got a rook left and I got nothing. So I feel like if I push, let me think about this. So maybe the best move is to trade on e4. He takes, So I can take, and then I have this move with check, and I can start pushing my pawn, but he still has two rooks against one of mine. So he's got more material, so I don't know, but I have more pawns. I got four pawns against actually I have 5 pawns. I don't know how to count. That's my problem. I got 5 pawns against 3 of his pawns. So maybe we should just bring our queen back, protect the rook. And now we have an attack on the queen, but we can start pushing our pawn. Okay, I don't know if that's the best move here. Let me think about this for a second. Taking the rook and then check. Well, why don't we just do that? Okay, so that is the best check. Okay, so that was the correct way to play. All right, let's do another one here. So okay, so we can play. Okay, we can play here. We can play queen to f6 and trade queens. We can trade queens. We can capture the knight with bishop or with the knight. Think about this for a second. So what happens? We capture. Okay, so I have a very obvious move. So sometimes a fault that I have is that I focus on one section of the game, and I lose track, or I lose focus on other sections of the game. So sometimes I forget that I have a piece hidden somewhere out of the way, or in this case we have the checkmate right here. So that was the correct way to move. So this one here is also a very nice checkmate. We do that. We sacrifice the queen, and it's checkmate. I feel like I should do some puzzles before I actually play a game, because that develops my. So this is a similar one. We do check, and check. So this one here, this one is so let me think about this. So we can do check, then he moves the rook back, and then I don't want to play it yet, but then we have this check mate. No, he still has, yeah. Okay, why don't we try that? Let's see if that's correct. Check. So we don't want to take, we want to check, and now it's checkmate. Very good. All right, so far we're doing good. I don't know how many I've done because it's hidden behind my screen here, but we are doing okay. So here we could do checkmate. Well, we could if the queen and the bishop weren't here. So what's going on here? So actually the pawn is pinned. If I go knight to d6, we pin the actually that's a checkmate. That's a beautiful checkmate. It's a smothered mate right there. because the pawn is pinned. All right, there you go. I did good on that one. It's smothered mate. The pawn is pinned. The pawn cannot move. So black to move. Let's see here. We can't capture because actually we could go here. We can capture, and actually we can capture with a queen, and it's check. He has to take with that rook and then check, and then he takes it. So why don't we do that? Check, check, and check. There you go. All right, so what do we have here? So this is another back rank check. So that's check and check and check. All right, so right here, this is it could be a back rank check. We can play queen here with check. He's got to move back and then check, and then he's gonna. So this is a check on a king. He's gonna take with a rook, and then I take with the rook, and it's game over. So check, check, and make sure I don't have a mouse slip, and checkmate. So here we can actually we could pin the queen. Okay, so but the queen can just take, and then what happens here? Then nothing really good. I can just play d5, pinning the queen. So he takes my queen, and then I take, and then I have that pawn there that's hanging. No, it's not hanging because he's got the bishop here. So let's figure this out, see what the best move is. I could move queen to h4. I'm not threatening anything by doing that. My queen will be there all by herself. So that's not a good move. So what's hanging? Sometimes these puzzles, it's not about, sometimes it's about trading, sometimes it's about checkmating, sometimes it's just about taking a piece that's undefended. So I could push the pawn to d5, threatening to capture the queen. He captures my queen, and then what's going to happen here? I don't know if I like that idea. I feel like maybe the best move here is just to trade. Okay, why don't we just do that? Let's just, okay, that is wrong. Okay, so maybe at the end we can review the ones I have wrong and just go from there and just see what we could have done better. All right, so this one here is block to move. So I feel like I can do a check. Actually, no, that's just silly. This is checkmate. Okay, so now we have another check here. So why don't we do that? This seems to be the right play. Check. Now we have another check right here. That's the right move. Check. And checkmate. All right, black to move, and let's see, we can take the pawn with check. So you can't go here. These squares are taking from the king. The only squares available to the king are, so let's take that out. The only squares available for the king are these two squares right here. So if I feel like if I bring my queen here with check, he's only have this square here left. So how do I then do anything with that? How do I... So I feel like I should start by taking this pawn. That was wrong, and I didn't mean to. I was just thinking about it. It's okay, so I got one more loss, and that's the end of the puzzle. I was thinking about it. I shouldn't have clicked there. Got to be careful with those mouse slips, folks. You don't want to do that. So, okay, let's see here. This is not checkmate because the queen takes. So, okay. Try to think what I can do here. All right, so I don't have... What does he want? Okay, so that piece is unprotected. Let's be careful not to have a mouse slip again. That's unprotected, but he's got rook. He can just do that or move queen. So that's no big deal. I feel like... Okay, I see it. It's a smothered. It's a beautiful checkmate. So this is check, and that's checkmate. Right there in front of my eyes, folks. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a couple pieces for checkmate, and if you're not willing, if you don't see past that sacrifice, then you don't see the checkmate. So I almost missed that. So what do we have here? So that's unprotected. I feel like I can capture. I feel like I should capture the rook. He captures my queen. Let me be careful here. And I capture queen, leaving my king in the open, and then he's got rook, putting pressure on my king. So, but then I have a passed pawn. But is that the correct move? So I can also take that pawn. I feel like he can push. Oh, let's think about this for a second. So I can't forget this bishop. This bishop is there. And so that bishop guards that. We don't have checkmate. We don't have anything else here. I feel like we should just take... Okay, there we go. Take, and now we sacrifice the rook. Okay, that was correct. All right, so block to move. Block to move. So we have time to move here. Let's push pawn. And now we move back. Now we push pawn. And now we take. And now we queen. Okay. So let's see here. White to move. White to move. So I feel like I can push. Let's just push. And do that. Oh, that was the wrong. That was the wrong. Oh, I could have blocked. I could have blocked with bishop. Oh, so how many did I get? How many did I get today? Did I get 18? No, 23. I got 23. So that was not my highest. I think I've done higher than that. 23. All right, let's move this out of the way for a second. And let's see the ones that we did wrong. So this one here. Okay, now let me move that out of the way. Okay, can we do that one? All right, what's happening here? White to move. So is that the one I did wrong? So white to move. Okay, yes. So I moved here. I tried a reload page. So something is wrong with the page. Okay, so I did that move. Okay, so why can't I move? I don't know what happened. I don't know if I know how to go back. Can I go back? Does this open another? Let's go to this one. I think this is where. Okay, we were here. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. So let's click on it. No, I'm going back to the same thing again. I can't do nothing here. Okay. So we need to be here. How do I play? How do I try? Okay. Do I? No, I can't touch that. I can't. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. I don't know how to do this again on a computer. Okay, so I can click. No. All right, I don't know how to do that on a computer because it highlights the piece. So I don't know what happens if I do play again. Okay, so it's just going to repeat again. So that's it, folks. I have to figure out how to do that on a computer. On the phone, it's very simple. I just click on it, and I can try again. Over here, I'm not quite certain. So it is what it is. I will see you next time, folks. Maybe I'll do another puzzle rush. And until then, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the little bell icon so you can be notified for future videos and games. And hopefully I win and do well next time. So you never know. Maybe I'll do brilliant. Until then, I'll see you around.